Hi, this is CJ Standel here trying to enlist your support in this Kickstarter campaign for the second issue of Rebirth of the Gangster. You can see the cover for the first issue here. It's already been published. In the middle of March it was published, and essentially it's been so far getting great reviews. Everybody is saying they love it, and especially are saying they're looking for that second issue. So please help make both my dreams of a second issue a reality, but also those customers, those fans who have already read it, help make their dream a reality. Essentially, this Kickstarter campaign is I'm raising $1,000 just to pay Juan Romero for his art. So essentially, I'm making no profit off this Kickstarter, and it's really just so that Juan Romero doesn't do this out of the goodness of heart. He's not a starving artist. He deserves to be paid for his work, and that's what I want to do. And so I'm hoping you feel the same way. If you're on Kickstarter, chances are you definitely feel the same way that artists deserve to be paid and supported for their art. The small other little bit of that $1,000 will be raising is just for the shipping for the few rewards that I will actually have to ship. Those are the sketch cards, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But essentially, if you've missed Rebirth of the Gangster, it has those color covers, but it has this interior black and white artwork to try to emphasize this noir feel. It's essentially the Breaking Bad meets The Wire meets Othello, and essentially it's about this son, Marcus, born to a very rich family, but at the same time as he's born, he's haunted by the murderer that's as old as himself, a murderer in the family. He's haunted by other family legacies. He's a lawyer, well-to-do lawyer, who's part of this big, I guess, just class scene, this big party, this big formal scene, which helps us explore kind of issues of class and race. But even though he's kind of living this great life, he starts getting sucked into a life of crime in Rebirth of the Gangster, and part of it's because of this man right here, Hunter, who is a poor white man who has a dead dad and a dying mom, who's also haunted by family legacies, haunted by all this stuff, and he's entering a life of crime. So both of these are kind of getting sucked, both Marcus and Hunter are getting sucked into a life of crime, and issue 2 is going to we've seen both of them in issue 1. Issue 2 is going to start introducing Lorena Sanchez, who's here. She's the detective who's going to kind of be the antagonist to these two main characters. She's going to be a really big focal point. And while we've also so far been introduced to Marcus's mom, she actually has black hair, but we're going to start to see more emphasis on that. So even though there is the focus of the first issue was a little male heavy, we're going to start to see definitely much more females as main characters, as characters who aren't just there to provide a plot point or to provide motivation for the male characters. We're going to start to see that expand. So that's some exciting stuff for the second issue and onward. Essentially, if you support this second issue, if you support Rebirth of the Gangster, you'll get these rewards. And of course, every reward is going to include the previous reward, with the exception of the ones that say they're limited. So I'm just going to quickly run these down, not go into too detail, because you of course can look at it. But essentially, for small donations, $1 or $2, you can get issues 1 and 2 of PDF of Rebirth of the Gangster, issues 1 and 2. For $5, you get me to follow you on Twitter. You give me I get to shout out a thanks to you on Twitter, because since you're helping support my and Juan's stream, you deserve to be thanked. You deserve people to know that you're that great of a person. $10 and $20 or more, essentially you get acknowledgement either in the back for $10 or in the front for the $20. $25, you get to see like 50-page PDF that's exploring the making of a family affair. It includes script revisions, outlines, notes, layouts, emails back and forth between myself and Juan, between myself and publishers trying to get it submitted, all that stuff. So it's a really cool way to look at the process, look at how it's evolved, and kind of where it's going. A limited offer of $35, you get a smaller sketch card by Juan Romero, 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Just please let us know what you'd like to draw, if it's one of the characters from the comics or if it's something else. $50 more, you get, of course, everything else that I've been talking about, minus that sketch card. But you also get a early script, something I wrote called Eye of the Beholder, along with the illustrations kind of connected to that. $55 is another one of those limited offers. You get a bigger sketch card, 6 by 10 inches. Just again, please let me know if there's something you'd like me to pass on to Juan for you to draw. $75 or more, you get my feedback on a script, a story ideas, illustrated pages, anything like that. Get feedback from a published comic author, from somebody who's spent 30 years loving comic books. $100, that is a limited offer. That's where you make a cameo, you send us a picture, and then you star as an extra in issue 2 of The Family Affair. $125 is another limited offer for 3 people. You can either email me a set of questions for me to answer, and then you can post that interview on your blog, on your website, that type of stuff. Or I can appear on your podcast. I can't actually physically go there, but I can call in and kind of add my voice in that sense. So that's what the Kickstarter's for. Again, I think it's a really cool, really great piece of work. I've written some other stuff before, as I've kind of mentioned. This is the thing I'm the most proud of. It's the thing that I think has the most potential to develop into this long, great story. The second issue is actually going to be the second the second issue in the Meet the Family story arc, which is 6 issues. And so essentially, I really need your support in order to make this a reality. So thank you for considering it. I truly hope you donate to me. If you even don't donate, I would also really appreciate it if you could just spread the word, maybe try to hook somebody else who might be more interested in these rewards and this comic itself. But again, I really can't express my thanks enough. Juan can't express his thanks enough. Thank you for your time, and please have a great day.